Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Road to Champions League Glory with Bishops Stortford. Welcome back. So today's episode we'll be doing a live commentary against Weston-Super Mare, who are sitting in third place in the table. But first let's have a little quick recap of the games we've played since you were last with us. So last time you were with us we beat East Thurrock 1-0. Since then we've played a few games and we've kept up our unbeaten run. So to begin with, we played in the FA Cup third round qualifier. We played against Tamworth, and to be fair they gave us a good game to start with. We drew 1-1, they scored first and we scored just before half time. We couldn't make anything happen in the second half, so the game went to a replay. That replay was at Woodside Park and we had a good attendance in 933. And we won 2-1. They scored an own goal in the 89th minute. Bit of a heartbreaking moment for them, but for us it was a good result. We had Jonathan Pierre-Jones start in the game instead of Jake Simpson, giving Jake a bit of a rest, just to give Jonathan a bit of game time. And he proved me right. He scored a goal, and he played pretty well. Johnny Hurd came out with an 8-7. Playing well and been that role model that he is as the captain. After that, on the Saturday after, we played Whitehawk, and as you can see we won 2-1. Two early goals in the 9th and 12th minute from Lewis, Wilson and Jake Simpson, who are both playing exceptionally well this season. They pulled one back in the 75th minute, but we held on for that win. Next we went on to the fourth round of the FA Cup qualifying. This is one round off from the first round proper, and as you can see we won 3-0. Quite a comfortable score, no problems at all. I was pleasantly surprised with the 3-0. They are in the Conference North, and I thought there'd be a bit more of a stiffer opposition, but we played well, kept another clean sheet, which is great to see. Players overall did very well. Callum Harris banging in a goal, and Gordon. After that we played Maidenhead on a Tuesday night and we beat them 2-0, Jake Simpson banging both of them in. We also in this game had Tom Molyneux sent off after 39 minutes. This was a bit of a shock. I know he has it in him slightly, with stats that are okay, but you never know sometimes. Tackling's a 10, aggression's a 7. Okay, he's not going to get sent off that many times, but he did on this occasion. And unfortunately, he did in this game. As you can see in the 38th minute. But we pulled it back. We had Jake Simpson on our hand to provide us with 2 goals. One just after half time and one just before full time. This allowed us to win 2-0. And as you can see, realistically they had a lot more shots. We had the possession, which is always something that I do. We retain possession. If we have the ball, they can't create chances because they haven't got the ball, in my eyes. So after that we went and played St Albans. St Albans are a rival of ours. We saw that in the last episode, that they were on our general comments about having a rivalry, because they are a local team to Bishops Stortford, only a few miles down the road. And we beat them 3-1. Pretty comfy result, to be fair. We were 3-0 up just before half time. They got one back after half time, but didn't create anything more after that. We had a nice attendance as well, 721, which is actually a little bit more than what we've been having at home in the league. If you look back to Ebbsfleet, who are pretty much the favourites of the league, or were beforehand, and they had 500. We had 507 there, so over 220 more people turned up, which is great for us because it's good for the finances. And then we played Eastbourne. This one was a bit of a nab a draw really, because they took us by surprise and got 2-0 up, and we had to come back in the second half. We changed the tactics slightly, went a bit more attacking, even though we were away from home. We were 2-0 down. I thought we'll risk it for a biscuit, Yes, obviously I want to keep the unbeaten run because it's quite nice to have that record. Still haven't lost yet, but I thought, right, okay, let's go for it, all out attack. So we went on attack instead of counter, pushed up a few players, and we got it back. Callum Harris banging a goal just after half time, which was good, and then Remy Mears grabbing a goal just before the end of the game. So that ended 2-2. Unfortunately, Lewis Wilson picked up an injury in that game and is going to be out for 3 weeks with a thigh strain. Obviously, he's been playing very well this season with 11 goals in 16 games and with an average rating of 7.36. This will be a bit of a loss for us, definitely in this game against Weston-Super Mare, because at the current standings, they are sitting third. They are 12 points behind us, but they're probably one of our closest rivals. There's not really much in it. If you have a look, which is quite a shock at this time of the season. So we've got Hemel Hempstead are on 27 points. Well, they're in second place. Ebbsfleet are only 7 points behind in 16th. So, realistically, Gosport here in 17th position are closer to Hemel Hempstead than we are to them. So there's a bit of a difference. I think we've started off very, very well and we're on 38 points. We haven't lost yet. We've drawn a few games, but we've won 11. And then you look, bottom of the league, Historic aren't having the greatest seasons after 16 games. But Truro and Hampton Richmond, they're quite close to getting out. And then after that, it is tight. You've got a few teams on good form at the moment. You've got Dartford who are on very good form. And you've got Weston-Super Mare who've drawn a lot of games at the moment. But then you've got teams like St Albans who haven't really been playing that well. They've won 1 game in 5, not having the best of runs of form. So we're looking quite comfy. So today we do go into the game against Weston-Super Mare. So as you can see, this is our tactic. We haven't used the alternative tactic as yet this season. So we'll go through the team. So in goal we've got Siddle. On the right wing back we've got Hull Johnson. In the centre defensive position we've got Hickford and Kevin. Not going to try to pronounce his surname. And on the left hand side we've got Captain Fantastic Johnny Hurd. In the centre mid position we've got Hannah. And we're giving Sayer another game. Lee's got something to prove, but he's been playing alright at the moment, coming off the bench and playing for the reserves. So let's hope he can prove it in this game. Gordon's going on the right, Harris in the centre attacking mid, and we bring in Jake Jones on the left hand side. He hasn't had a chance this season as yet. He is currently playing for the reserves. Actually, I need to take that off. So I'll take that off. He's been playing alright for the reserves. In the under-23s, he's played a few games, a few friendlies as well, done okay, can't really complain. He's played 1 game for us in the league, started it at 6.7, obviously not amazing, but give him a chance. He needs to take it and see if he can keep Wilson out of the team when Wilson gets fit again. Tom Molyneux, after that sending off, is suspended, and he's suspended for the next 3 matches, including this one. So Sayer's got his chance to hold that place down, because Schoenecker is not ready to start yet. He's alright coming off the bench, but he's not ready to start. We'll take Noble off and we'll put Jonathan Pierre-Jones on the bench. We've got Henry Lauder as our centre back cover. We got Michael Rickens as our right back cover at the moment, which he's been playing better than Paul Rogers, so we're going to keep him, and Aaron Green, so we're going to keep him on. He's been doing right. And obviously Tom Lovelock, who, bless him, isn't getting a sight of the goal. So we go into this game. There's only 4 teams playing. 4 games on today. So as you can see, I'm quite happy with that team. We'll submit. Go on to let you and have a little chat with them. Doesn't get a brilliant amount of green, so I'll have a little chat, get the passionate going. Again, morale's perfect. Can't really ask for any better than that. Very goods and superbs. Obviously we didn't get a brilliant amount of greens, but I can cope with that. Start the game and let's see how we get on. So we are playing in our blue kit, which is our home kit. We are at home. It'd be quite nice to see if we can get another attendance, which be within the 700s, 800s possibly. Obviously with us winning more games, we get a bit more attendance, which brings up the fan popularity. We've got a free kick. We win the ball back. Johnny Hurd, pass into Gordon. Gordon onto Simpson. Simpson's in on goal. Shot against keeper. Keeper saves it. Well saved. Goes down as a clear-cut chance out, which actually I'm a bit surprised at, because yes, he was one-on-one, but he had the defender right next to him. I wouldn't say it was a clear-cut. We need to get the ball back a bit, possession-wise. Keeping that ball is essential for our tactic to work. We need to win it back every time. By the looks of it, we're creating a few more passes and tackles, and tactic seems to be steadily improving. Definitely when we got 58% possession. So just have a little chat now about when we played the FA Cup. We won a little bit of money, so our finances are looking better than they did at the beginning of the season. So for that third round match against Tamworth, we got 7.25k, and then when we beat Stalybridge, we got £12,000. So that pushes us now into the first round proper, where we've got Heybridge, who are a non-league side, which gives us a chance to get into the second round, and actually gives us another chance to pick up a bit more money. So half time, nothing has really happened in this game. I do apologise, it's a bit of a rubbish one to put on live com, but we will persevere. So have a little chat with the boys, give them a bit of assertiveness. I think we'll be looking at taking off Jake Simpson at the moment, because he's not had the greatest of games so far. We've been creating a few chances. We didn't see the half chance, obviously. We didn't see the long shot, but hopefully we'll get a chance now. Hannah's on the edge of the box. Crossing Sayers. Gordon against the keeper. Can he cross it back in? No, he can't. So ball goes out. It's going to be a throw in on the left hand side. Bit of a not the greatest of highlights. Simpson's in. Jones. Johnny Hurd on the left hand side. Can he cross it in? Can we bang a goal? Yes, we can. Jake Simpson. He's saved himself in this game, because he was going to get substituted in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Let's have a little look again. Johnny Hurd goes in. Jake Simpson's edge of the box, runs in, cuts in front of the defender, gets there before him, and nabs it in. Very good goal. Johnny Hurd with the assist again. So if we look now, we need to be just keeping an eye just to make sure that Weston-Super Mare don't get too many chances to get back in the game. We are only 1-0 up, which means they've still got a chance to possibly get a draw. So like I said, going back to the FA Cup, we've got Heybridge, so we've got a good chance of getting through. Realistically, we've got further than I was expecting. So we're above expectations on that. We'll bring off Lee and we'll put on Schoenecker. We'll bring off. I haven't really got anyone to take over from Jake Jones. He's playing alright. If we look at possibly bringing another player on in a minute, give him a bit of a prep talk, he can go on. Possibly look at bringing off Jake Simpson, give fresh legs up front, possibly the next 5 minutes. Look at 70, 75. Fitness isn't too bad, definitely at this level. It's always tricky to keep it on top of fitness and to have the condition. If a player is getting below 60, possibly I'll look at substituting him if I can. Depends, you can only put 5 on the bench, so I always try personally to keep a goalkeeper on. You never know what will happen. And then defender, midfielder, striker, and then whatever. Wow, we have just scored a screamer from Johnny Hurd. Was not expecting that. I was expecting him to just flick across him, but no, he's put it out in the top bins. That is unexpected from the captain, but he must have been doing that practice on the training ground, and it's pulled off. So he's got a goal and assist today, and a 9-1. We will now bring off Jake, and we'll also put on Henry Lander instead of Kevin. I believe this is Henry's debut. Kevin's just going to come off. we are looking at rotating that centre-back position, generally because Osborne, who we've got, who started off as our main centre-back partner with Hickford, has been picked up as only having one for determination. Well, for me, that's nowhere near good enough. I like to have my players with a good determination, good work rate, and good teamwork. He was already here when I joined. I didn't have enough wage budget to bring in anyone else, so at the moment he is kind of rotating with the other players. So we'll stick at it. That's the end of the game. 2-0 victory, keeps up our unbeaten streak and another clean sheet. Yuan sends the boys off into a nice little chat. So another one that I want to bring up as well is, if I can find it, in the FA Trophy we've had the FA Trophy draw, and we've been given Maidenhead. I'm not sure if I can find it right now, but what we were given for Maidenhead is an opportunity to play that game with extra time, or allow it, if there's a draw, to go to a replay. Can't find the inbox right now, but it was an interesting one. I'd never seen it before, and they asked if I would like the game to go to extra time or for it to be taken to a replay if we draw. Hopefully we won't even get that chance too. We'll hopefully beat them on the day. But I chose to take it to extra time, mainly because I don't really want an extra game, because we're already in the FA Cup first round proper. We're already playing quite a few games in this league, generally because there are so many. So an extra game, I thought, won't benefit us. So instead of that, if we do go to extra time, we have to play out another 30 minutes instead of another hour and 30. So I'm thinking, long term, it'll benefit us. It'll benefit us if we win, which would be even better. So if you have a little look now, the league, we sit comfortably at the top, 14 points against Hemel Hempstead, who lost against Wellstone. Obviously, Weston-Super Mare lost against us. Look at the schedule now. We've got Heybridge coming up in the FA Cup next game. Oxford after that, then Dartford, then the Maidenhead game, then Truro, then Hemel Hempstead. And we'll possibly do a live comms on the second Chelmsford game. We won't do both of them, but we'll probably choose the second Chelmsford game, because that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in between live comms. Gives us enough, I think. Then we'll possibly look at another one around about here, depending on the positions of the teams around us. We never know. It'd be quite nice to give us a little bit of a challenge, or possibly look at Hungerford again. Quite reasonably local to Bishops Stortford. And then again we'll be looking around here, so we'll be looking at the possibly Ebbsfleet, and depending on our position and what is happening in the league, because if we keep going at the rate we are, we might be choosing one of these games, I might regret saying this, but as the championship winning game. I might regret to say that in a few episodes time, but we'll soon see. The team are playing unbelievable. If we look back, we've only lost one game, including pre-season, really, against Scunthorpe, and that was a battering. But that was a team that didn't have a clue what they were doing tactics-wise. And after that, it has been remarkable. Okay, we've drawn a few games, yeah, but we're playing very, very well. We're keeping clean sheets. The team are playing extraordinarily well. So we're going to leave it there. A big thank you for pressing play. If you've liked what you've seen, drop a like. If you'd like to see some more of the Bishops Stortford Road to Champions League glory, press subscribe. And I've set up a playlist as well, so if you tell any of your friends that want to see this, then they can watch a little playlist as well. But thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.